inform them that this is not possible logically, because if we stimulate and if we develop 15 eggs, we cannot leave behind the 8 other oocytes. It can lead to OHSS. So these medical things were put forward, and national board come out with the amendment. Okay, then you can retrieve all the follicles which have developed. So national is also very cooperative, appropriate authorities are very much cooperative, and that's why the implementation of the act is also becoming smooth day by day. So still I believe that the ambiguities, loopholes and discrepancies in this act should be discussed with the medical and legal person simultaneously, and the amicable clarification should come out, and that will definitely improve the basic object of this ART Act.
Thank you, Dr. Jitendra Sharma sir, for actually highlighting the importance of interpreting the act in the right way, and this interpretation has to be done in the benefit of the patient, not in the benefit of the centers or the doctors. In the right way is definitely very important. Now, again point my question to Mrs. Kaniza. Now, we're speaking about so many cases that are happening. Our Ms. Shri Murali sir has also highlighted that certain cases which are recently happening in Telangana, and we know that there are a lot of cases happening pan-India. And people are looking at fertility centers with suspicion. Now, how can media really help educate these people, send out what is right? How do they choose? How can they actually make advantage of the information or the media that is there?
See, I would like to say one thing. Like, as the case of Shrishti happened here in Secunderabad, one of the things which was very appalling to note was, see, there are a lot of fertility clinics, right? But none of the clinics came out and said what is right. So as journalists, as health journalists, when we are calling up doctors or we want to talk to them and ask them, so what is right? You tell us what is right. Yes, they did wrong. We know that they mixed the donors, they did all that, okay? We are aware of that. But what is right? So as fertility units, if you all come together under one head and come out and give a statement saying that these are the right practices which we follow, that will then build a lot of confidence. Otherwise, it's like, one dark horse making all the others look dark itself. So that is a major challenge in terms of coming out, giving a statement, saying that yes, this is what is right and this is where the doctor has gone wrong. Now that, if you bring that out, that will build a lot of trust, because you will know that yes, see, that's a police case now. Police will follow it up. But medically what is right has to be put out. And this is not only with fertility, this is with many other medical cases that we see. That where, it is like one person has done a surgery wrong or something went wrong. So when you call the other doctor of that specialty or ask him, okay boss, what could have gone wrong? So they'll be like, no, we will not talk about it because it is that patient, it is that hospital. But no one is asking that. One is just asking what could have gone wrong. That's it. So if you come out with a detailed statement saying what is right, that will itself build trust. Otherwise, it's like everybody's hiding themselves. Nobody wants to come out and say what's the truth. So is it that everybody is doing mix and match? See, that's what will come, no? If I'm going to a doctor and saying, yes, I have less eggs and my husband also has less sperms, now you give me a solution, you do something, I need a child, that is the way the patients talk. So the doctor will say, okay, fine, then we will mix and match, is that okay with you? So when that kind of unofficial understanding is also there, everybody knows that, right? That is not something which is documented per se, but that is a fact. So when you come out with a statement saying that yes, this is what are the practices, we follow this, we take this consent, we tell the husband that this is going to happen, then everything changes. Like there was a recent case where one husband was very suspicious and he got the DNA testing of his son done, and then he realized that the child is not his, and then there was a major family feud. So, these kind of cases also happen, right? So I think it's for you all to just come out with the right bits. That's it.
I'm saying like what you said is right. So there could be intentional mix-up, and then there could be
Yes,
accidental
yes,
mix-up.
yes.
And this is a responsibility of clinic. So like, say, for example, we ensure through the electronic witness system that even there's no accidental mix-up, right? So each step of the lab where the gametes move is electronically witnessed. So I'm saying what you're saying is could be right because and it was like there earlier, but I think a lot of clinics they have really ensured that even accidental mix-up does not happen.
So see, when this kind of SOP is there, then maybe the whole fertility unit has to come out and say that these are our practices. We do not do these kinds of things. So when you come out and say that, then the people who are searching you on Google or the people who are searching you everywhere will have a clarity. Yes, these people don't do that.
No, very.
That's where it goes.
Correctly said.
Yeah, thanks.
One point that Mrs. Kanika has brought out where using self gametes or going for donor, somebody else's gametes, that's always a point of discussion in the infertility field. Now, if it's medically indicated and the patient has opted for it, like Dr. Geetendra has said, Mr. Shobit has said, if it is consented, all the consent forms taken, following the ART law, if the services are being provided, documented, I think that's the right way forward. But if you're talking about mixing of gametes without the patient's knowledge, just because you want to have a success rate, that is crime. And that cannot be encouraged. With the knowledge. With the knowledge. Be it with, now if somebody has done unknowingly, I don't know how to handle that, but if they are doing it willfully without the knowledge of the patient, I think we should not sit silent and this should not be encouraged at all at any cost. Sir, I want to ask Mr. Murali Krishna sir, now suppose a patient has chosen a fertility center, they are taking this treatment and somewhere in the line they feel something is not working out right in that unit and they feel some fraudulent thing is going on. Now what can law enforcement do? How can you all help them? Where do they reach out to? Is there something like that? Do you want to speak about it?
So, madam, it's like a sour grapes. And if it is not successful, they will have some other allegation against you. But allegations simply coming and giving normal allegations, we will inquire directly. We won't go into the case because Supreme Court ruling is very clear. Unless and until you have the correct confirmation from the local medical board, we won't go into the application of the criminal sections. Like you said, that exchanging, wantonly doing that comes under Rash and Negligent Act, and also this act can be promulgated.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting on how, as a legal enforcement person, you would take it forward, because I was also very curious to know how you would handle it in your capacity. Now, before we wrap up this session, I want to ask one final question to all the esteemed panelists here. Now, is there one single step in India that you would want to suggest that in the next couple of years we make this change and that is going to help the patient towards getting an ethical, accessible, transparent fertility ecosystem? Is there some change or something in your mind? What is the last word that you want to share with the audience? Let's start off with Mr. Shobit Agarwal, then we go to Mr. Geetendra, then we'll ask Sir to jump in with his opinion, and Mrs. Kanika will wind it up.
I think we should bring the highest level of transparency and accountability of the clinics, of the doctors, of the centers. I think that will define the right trust building among the patient. If we bring the transparency and the accountability, I think that, and of course the right implementation of that. So those are very important.
Madam, to clarify a few discrepancies in the Act and proper implementation of the Act will definitely bring the practice ethical, and doctors themselves, most of the doctors are doing ethical practice, but as black sheeps are always there in all the fraternity, and that creates the problem. So we have to take care of that thing themselves. Doctors should start to come out with the names of the doctors who are doing unethical practice, and that can solve the issues. Thank you.
The Geetendra. Now, can we hear from Sri Murali Krishna sir?
Yeah, sir said this display of this one is one important thing. It should not be like an insurance signature. Only the basic main points, if you highlight over there and make the people aware of it who are coming there. And also, if anything is there, they can approach local police or local medical board like that. Made more transparent, and because more and more people will be coming, and it will spread into the villages also, because in villages also we are seeing many such cases. So awareness is most important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, can I ask Mrs. Kaniza to please?
Yeah,
give
I
your
would
opinion?
say that we are going to see more of fertility issues as time goes by, and there must be a lot of awareness, and that awareness must be in the younger generation. So, since we do have a lot of people reading, we must make people understand what is the biological age of a human being. Meaning, when can you, till what age can you reproduce healthy, and post that, at which age you will require a fertility expert to guide you. And if you are delaying marriage, if you are delaying parenthood, how it will impact your body, and why is a family important. See, these are basics of our life. Human beings are made to procreate, and I think that's the oldest thing that humans are known for, right? So if you're going to delay your procreation, how are you going to, then require fertility? So I think a lot of awareness needs to go in that, and that is very important. Like, everybody needs to understand what is my biological age, how long will women have reserves of egg, man can reproduce till 70, that's what we have always heard. So, but then is that a fact in this age, when you have so many lifestyle issues, you have early diabetes, you have hypertension, and you have a lot of stress. So, is that also going to affect your fertility? And I think that is where we must concentrate. So, I think that is also a very important part, right? And if you can educate, then probably you are building a generation which will also thank you for doing what you are. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Dr. Geetendra wants to
See,
give.
as Murali sir is there, so I want to highlight one thing, that in PCPNDT Act and in ART Act, in both the acts there is one clause which says that cognizance, who can take the cognizance. So in both these acts it is said that cognizance can only be taken by the Code of Finance Magistrate. So there cannot be ideally direct FIR to the police. So if a complaint is made to the appropriate authority, then that appropriate authority may file a case in the court of law, and then after the order of court of law, police can definitely do investigation, further investigation. But under these act, there cannot be direct FIR in the police station. So that's what law says. But there are definite FIRs which are being filed and investigated directly by the police. But law says that cognizance can only be taken by the first class magistrate. So that is it.
I think our esteemed panelists have shared such raw and I think realistic perspective from their experience that they hold over decades. And one thing is very clear, what is important is trust, public awareness. Our patients must be made aware of their reproductive rights, their legal rights, what the ART Act or the law is safeguarding, and to provide this kind of platform, awareness programs like this, where policymakers, law enforcement officers, medical service providers, a media person here, and a medical legal expert. I think people should come forward from different walks of life and start creating public awareness like we are trying to do now. This is our first step, and even if this goes out to the public and if it helps one innocent couple and educate them, I think we have all succeeded in whatever we are trying to do today. And with that, I would like to wrap up this session. Please give a huge round of applause to our esteemed panelists and also to all the media people who've given their precious time to us. Jai Hind.
A venerable mention, and thank you to all our distinguished panelists and moderators for sharing your valuable insights and perspectives. Today's discussion has indeed reinforced the importance of ethics, transparency, patient awareness, and collaboration in building a greater trust in assisted reproductive technology. Before we conclude, may I now request all our esteemed panelists to kindly remain on stage for a special photo opportunity. We request all our panelists to please hold the event board carrying today's theme, Beyond IVF, Building Trust, Ethics and Awareness in Assisted Reproductive Technology, post which we will have the felicitation, so please be seated even after the photo opportunity. So now we'll have the photo op.
Sir.
May I request all the event photographers also to please capture this moment. Now we will please stay on the stage, distinguished panelists, for the felicitation ceremony. As a token of our appreciation, we now would like to felicitate our esteemed panelists with a plant symbolizing hope, growth, and new beginnings. May I request Mr. Sameep Luthra, Regional COO, to felicitate ACP Sri Murli Krishna.
మీరు కొంచెం ఫోటోగ్రాఫర్
May I now request Ms. Durga Bhavani, Manager of Operations, to kindly assist with the felicitation of Ms. Kaniza Garari ma'am. Requesting Mr. Divya Prakash Mohanty, Regional Business Head, to felicitate Dr. Gitendra Sharma.
ఫోటోగ్రాఫర్ కొంచెం వెనుక
Now we request Dr. Farhana Mohammed, Cluster Head, to carry on with the felicitation of our distinguished moderator, Dr. Hema Deepthi, Clinical Director and Senior Fertility Specialist at Nova IVF. Now we invite Mr. Shrikant to felicitate Mr. Shobhit Agarwal, CEO of Nova IVF Fertility. you, our distinguished panelists and esteemed moderator. A special honorable mention to ACP Shri Murli Krishna for taking the time out of his busy schedule to come grace us for this occasion. Thank you so much, sir. To deliver the vote of thanks, may I now invite Dr. Farhana Mohammed, Cluster Head of Nova IVF Fertility.
A very good afternoon, everyone. As we come to the close of today's panel discussion and this afternoon on the topic building trust, ethics and awareness in ART, it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. On behalf of Nova IVF, I extend our sincere gratitude to our esteemed dignitaries for sharing their valuable perspectives. Your insights have reinforced that the future of fertility lies not only in scientific excellence, but also in unwavering ethics, transparency, and compassion. A heartfelt thank you to all our media personnel who have gathered here today, Mr. Shrikar, Mr. Raghav, for all their support. You all are with us in creating awareness, dispelling myths, and helping countless individuals and couples make informed decisions. By sharing credible and responsible information, you are with us in what truly a patient deserves. I would also like to thank all our healthcare professionals, guest partners, and every member of the organizing committee, especially Mr. Jakhtar from Namdari Event Management. With all your efforts, today's event has been successful. As I conclude, I would like to leave you with a simple thought. Technology can create possibilities, expertise can create success, but only trust creates confidence and ethics creates lasting hope. At Nova IVF, we remain committed to ensuring that every patient who walks through our doors experiences not just world-class fertility treatment, but honesty, empathy, dignity, and care at every step of their journey. Thank you once again, all of you, for your presence and support. And let's build a future where trust and ethics remain at the heart of ART. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
A very special thank you and honorable mention to our friends of media who actually graced us and have been waiting since 11 a.m. or 11:30 to actually come for this panel discussion. You play a very important role in spreading this awareness and empowering the patient. The true power rests in your hands. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, honorary thank you to our PR firm and extended arms, Mr. Shrikar and Mr. Raghav, for actually coming out and giving us this recommendation on organizing this discussion. And thank you so much all for gracing us. Now we will open the floor for Q&A, if any, and post that, please proceed for lunch.